Hi there, this is savewith.crypto. Okay, so back in January, I did this video using the exchange AscendEX, and I was trading Freeway Token versus Tether, and I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. But today I got an email saying that I, check AscendEX because I'd set an alert on TradingView, and this is what Freeway Token has done, which is cool, really, because I bought it. Well, I bought it for this trade. I bought it at about 1.2 cents, and at the moment it is 1.4 cents. So my swing trade in AscendEX should have been triggered. So I'll just go and check that. So logging into my AscendEX account, you can see here, if I go to Wallet, Crypto, Assets, you can see that I've now got $543.43 worth of USDT, which is cool, which is better than the video I did yesterday about the scam alert, where my friend had some like fake USDT in a wallet I was trying to sort out. So if you haven't seen that video, take a look at it now. It's something you should watch, because it's not nice. The guy lost 26 grand, and for a few seconds I thought I'd lost it as well. I thought it was real money that I'd lost, but it turns out it was he was scammed anyway, and he pretty much knew it anyway. But hopefully I haven't been scammed, and that's real Tether. So let's have a look at the actual trading interface. So if I go to markets and then search for FWT, I'll find out where I was. And there it is, FWT, and I go to trade. That's a lovely green candle. That's great. Okay, so you can see my order has gone from there. If you look at the order history, you can see here that it was sold at the price of 0.014353, which is really cool, because you had to be patient. It took over a month. It was pretty much a set and forget kind of order. The only thing is I kind of believe in Freeway Token, so in a way, I'd be quite happy to just be holding it, really. However, I don't really want to hold it in this exchange because it's not doing anything anyway. So I think what I'll do now is think of another trade to do with the USDT that I've got. So for the time being, that's okay, isn't it? Because I started off with $500 and I've now got 554, which is like a 10% increase. So that's the sort of thing you can do with like a really safe, slow sort of trade. If you do want to use this platform, there is a link for it in the description. But generally I wouldn't. I'd use a more known one like ByBit or something. There's nothing particularly wrong with this. It's just I don't really know it very well. And it doesn't have a lot of features that things like ByBit has. But the only reason I use this was because it's the only place I could find to trade Freeway Token. So how's my Freeway account? That's a good question. Well, it's looking pretty good, actually. I started off this year by putting 3 Bitcoin in this account, and I turned half a Bitcoin into Freeway Token, which was a requirement with Freeway to use their supercharger. At the moment, you don't have to use Freeway Token at all. You can just put your Bitcoin into one of these superchargers like this one here, and you get 33% rewards, which is phenomenal. So in fact, my what was 2.5 Bitcoin is now 2.734 Bitcoin, and my total rewards this year is $9,105. And the Freeway Token is really cool because I bought it. I think I bought it around 0.9 cents, I think, and obviously it's at 1.5 now, and it means my total Freeway value is $41,352, which is brilliant. So if you've been looking at the Freeway stuff I've been doing and you bought some Freeway, congratulations, you're considerably up since January. Now, I did actually add a few little bits to this, because if you saw my videos from a few weeks ago, you'll see that I also added a little bit of Cardano. That's just $887 worth, and that's earned like $7.23 in staking rewards, and also I had some DOT in there, $429 worth, which has earned so far $3.64 in staking reward, but the majority is the BTC supercharger. So my balance in the superchargers is $115,457, but then my Freeway token is now worth $40,531. So that's a nice chunk of money altogether there, really. And I think Freeway is phenomenal. Not financial advice at all, but if you did have some Bitcoin and you want to use it as a kind of a passive income or something, then I'd seriously consider looking at Freeway, and the link is in the description down below, which, as far as I know, gets you the best interest rates on the planet. Anyway, so back over on AscendEX, what's my next trade going to be? Well, I think I might just spot trade to get some eGold. So I'm just going to have a look for that. So look, I can do a leverage thing where I get eGold USDT, but if I do that, then it's just going to resolve as USDT, and I really don't want USDT. I want eGold or something like that. So I'm just going to do a spot trade with eGold versus USDT, and that is just to buy some eGold. So let's have a look at that. Okay, the chart looks a bit weird because it's got the MAs on and the candles look tiny because it's on the 1 minute time frame. In the 1 hour time frame, it looks a bit normal. Okay, right, so I know what I'm doing there. So I think, where are we now? So we're on the 19th now. So yesterday it did dip down to kind of like 152, 153. So what I might do is do another set and forget order, and I might try and buy some eGold at 153. So all I'm going to do is just say limit buy at 153, and I'm going to use all my USDT to buy that, and just going to go buy eGold. Okay, so the order is down here now. Okay, so when the price comes down to 153, that will buy 3.54 eGold. The only other thing I might do is I might set a alert on TradingView. I'm just going to do it here. I'm just going to maybe add a horizontal line, and I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to put it at 153, and then I'm going to add an alert. So when it crosses that, I'm going to send an email, and the alert name will be check EGLD AscendEX. Okay, so hopefully at some point it will come down to that price. I'll buy some eGold, I'll remove it from there, and then I'll move on. So that's that for AscendEX. So meanwhile, back with Bitcoin. I mean, Bitcoin had a little bit of a pump yesterday. I'm not sure it's going to go to the moon just yet, though. And I have got a little bit of a trade going in. My entry price is this 41121, which sounds a bit crap, but what actually happened was my initial entry was kind of down here, and then when it was up here, I added a little bit more to the position, which brought up the entry price. So at the moment, I'm doing that on ByBit. So that trade is actually $2,965 in profit at the moment. What I need to do, though, is my stop loss, if it went down here, that would be negative, so I'd lose money. So I'm going to move my stop loss up a little bit, maybe to about just below that wick there, that one there, so that if it was to come down and hit the stop loss, I would still make a profit. And you can see that if you come over here, just move that, and you edit the take profit and stop loss. So you can see here that if it hit my stop loss now, my profit would be 0.04 Bitcoin or 8.42%. So hopefully it won't come down and hit that, but if it does, it's not a big deal. It just means I didn't make the $3,000 or whatever, but I'll still make $1,000 or so. But hopefully it will go up a little bit. The only thing that makes me think it won't is at the moment the MACD is heading down a little bit, and generally when that happens on the 1 hour time frame, it normally does a big red candle and it comes down. So I think maybe during the weekend it'll probably just wiggle around that area, but I'll make sure I'll make a profit anyway. Anyway, with myself, I'm looking at a much bigger symmetrical triangle than a lot of people are looking at, something like this. So there is a possibility that the price could sort of dump out of here and go down. I don't think that's going to happen, though, to be honest. I'm hoping what will happen is, it'll do something like this, maybe come back down to like 39 or so, and then get really near the apex of the triangle, and then break out to the upside, and then in the summer, which will be like kind of April, May, June and onwards, we'll see Bitcoin well over 50,000 again, and hopefully on the way to 100,000 and new all-time highs. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So if you'd like that to happen, do click like now. If you don't want that to happen and you want to have fun staying poor, click dislike twice. But anyway, leave a nice comment, make sure you subscribe, tick the notification bell, and above all, tell your friends.